Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Quad Attack by Luda3. So this is the first puzzle in our theme week number 2, which is quadruple themed. So all the puzzles this week, starting today, will have quadruples in them. This first puzzle is pure quadruple, so you can get to know the constraint, and then all the rest of them this week will be quadruples plus one other constraint. So this is just like our Chinese Whispers theme week if you were around for the beginning of September, and we are planning to do a theme week the first Monday of each month. So look forward to that. Hopefully this gives you at least variety within the quads, and I think it's cool to focus on one constraint for a week every month. I think people enjoyed it last time. All right, so let's go over the rules. We have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have quadruples, so let's go over quadruples. So we have these circles in the grid on corners of cells. They touch 4 cells. A quadruple can technically touch fewer than 4 cells if it's on the edge of the grid, but in this case they all touch 4 cells, so let's just talk about it that way. But basically the digits inside the quadruple must appear at least once each within the cells that the quadruple touches. So this could be filled with, say, 1, 2, 3, 5. That would be one way to fill this quadruple, ignoring the rest of the grid, of course. What I can't do is something like this because I'm missing the 2, right? I need the 1, 2, and 3 to appear somewhere within this. What I could do this, though. I could repeat the 3. There's nothing preventing me from doing more than one of them, but I must use at least one of each. It doesn't happen in this grid, but if a digit repeats in a quad, like if this was 1, 2, 2, 3, then you must have that digit appear at least that many times as it appears in the circle. So if this was 1, 2, 2, 3, this would be one way to fill it, or you could fill it like this, for example. But you couldn't do this because there wouldn't be 2 2s. But this is fine for this quad. But if we're imagining an extra 2 in here, that wouldn't be fine. So that might be useful in if that's used later in the week. I don't know if it is or not. But there we go. Those are quads. I tried to explain them in depth just so that you know for the rest of the week. But of course, I'll explain them in each video. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, how do we want to get started here? There's always the temptation to just go 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I may do that. It's important not to forget the quad, though, because as soon as we place, say, a 2 here, it's going to eliminate 2 from the entire rest of the quad for this quad, because this quad, we know exactly the digits that appear in these 4 cells. There's 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. So as soon as we get a 2, we can't put any other 2s. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to fit 1, 3, and 4 around it. So we can pencil the ones that have 4 around them. I think it helps. It does make the grid a little bit busy, but 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are all of them. But we do need to remember that we also need to remember that the quad is actually there. We can't just like remove it from our minds. All right. So the next thing that I want to look at, this is an interesting one. So I guess the first question to ask, and it's a very easy question to answer, how many 2s are in 2 rows? The answer is there are 2 2s in 2 rows. There's 1 in this row and 1 in this row. All right. So these quads, we have 3 quads in these rows, all of them wanting a 2. So how does that work? Well, we know one of the 2s is going to be over here. For sure, 100% there's a 2 over here. So we only get one more 2 for these 6 cells. And so in order for both of these quads to have a 2 in them, they have to be here, which means these aren't allowed to be 2s. It also means that these aren't allowed to be 2s because we ran out of 2s for the rows. There's a 2 here and there's a 2 in here. So these aren't 2s. Okay, so then down here, right, okay, so if you notice we don't have any 6s accounted for in these 2 columns. So down here we're going to need a 6. We're going to need 2 6s, sorry. The quad needs 1, but we actually need 2 of them. So we're going to have a 6 completely in both of these. So there's going to be a 6 here and a 6 here. And then that's 2 6s. And so like, let's say they ended up here. We still need to fit the 1 and 5 in this quad. So no matter where these 6s go, we're going to get 2 of them and we have to fit the 1, 5 in it. So what that means is that the only digits that can go here are 1, 5, and 6. Okay, that's important for this quad here. This quad needs a 2 in it, and notice that none of these can be 2 except this one, so we can actually place the 2. That lets us place the 2 for this quad as well. That lets us place the 2 for this quad. Nice. Okay. The 2's up here somewhere. We know there's a 2 down here somewhere. Okay. What else can we do here? This is a 3, 4, 5 triple now, right? And this is a formation you'll see a lot in quadruples where because this sort of wraps around a corner, and we know it's a triple because of how I've explained this a few times now. But because this is a 3, 4, 5 triple, these, I mean, the 2 obviously isn't, but in general, these 2 can't be 3, 4, or 5 anymore. So let's say that in that case, that eliminates 3 from here. If we think about it, if this was a 3, we wouldn't be able to put a 3 in this quad at all. So that's not allowed. So this is not a 3. This is a 1, 3, 4 triple, and they all see these 2 cells. So these can't be 1, 3, or 4. They're from 2, 5, 6 only. Did we eliminate any of those? Well, we can. So there's a 6 here and there's a 6 here, right? So we can't put a 6 here. Can we put a 6 here? I don't see why not. There's a 6 here somewhere. Okay, what else can we do here? Okay, there's a 5 in this quad and there's a 5 in this quad. Also a 4. So 4 and 5 go in these quads. So this can't be a 5. And these can't be 4 or 5. Okay, so if we look at this column, where do 4 and 5 go? They go here. These have to be where the 4 and 5 go. So that actually places this 2. This is 1, 3, 6. Might as well fill that. We eliminated the 5 from this quad here. And I'm on the lookout for this because we've used it a bunch of times. The 5 is somewhere in here. It's not a 1, 5, 6 triple, but we know the 5 is here. So this can't be a 5 for reasons we've discussed. So there's definitely a 4 here because this 4 looks in. And so this quad only gets 1 4. It doesn't get any more. So those aren't 4. So there's a 4 over here, which means this is not 4. So 4's in one of these 2. Okay. Do we have any more any more quads that do something interesting? We know there has to be a 3 over here. I'm not sure that's helpful. Oh, we know there's a 3 here. Okay, so there's a 3 here. That eliminates 3 from here. That's a 1, 6 pair in our quad, so that has to be the 3. So that leaves this 1, 4 pair, gives us the 6. Leaves a 2, 5 pair behind. This 6 tells us this is 1. Oops, this is 1 and 6. This is a 1 or a 4. This is 3, 4, 5. Oh, we need a 6 in this quad, and these 6s look in. So this is the 6 for the quad. That we knew there were 2 6s on this quad, so there's that, and then there's the 1 and the 5. 3 and 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5. Wow, okay, so it's collapsing now. All right. 1, 3 pair in here means these aren't 3s because of the quad. So we need a 3 in the row. That's here. This is going to be a 1. These are 2 and 3. These are 4 and 6, and these are 1 and 6. So one of these quads will resolve it. Right, this 5, no. Sorry, we need a 6. Sorry, I was going to say this 5 eliminates his, but that's not true. But we do need a 6 in this quad, and that comes from here, and that probably resolves everything. Nice, cool. Well, neat puzzle, Luda3, thank you. I enjoyed it. Pretty intricate. A lot of use of this sort of bent pattern here on these quadruples in the middle. That seems like that was kind of the key to the puzzle. Also, a lot of overlaps. That's going to be useful for sure as you solve quads, is just look for ones that share the same 2 rows and look and see if they share any digits, because then you can eliminate them. Or the same 2 columns, because then you can eliminate them. Look for digits that are missing in rows or columns. Things like that are going to be very helpful. So this puzzle definitely teaches to be on the lookout for that. It also teaches to be on the lookout for, hey, there's only 1 cell left that can be that digit, so let's fill it. Which is very important in quads as well. So hope you enjoyed this, and let me know how you did. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.